You. Nearly 6 months after a catastrophic train derailment released vinyl chloride into their community, residents of East Palestine, Ohio, they're in Washington, D.C. again today, calling on lawmakers to ban the toxic chemical. It's part of a growing push for accountability and answers from community members and activists alike. Some of those impacted say they are still getting sick and they're not sure why. They want answers. Others just want to feel safe in their own homes, their hometown. We're joined now once again by Jami Wallace, who sits on the executive board of the Unity Council for the East Palestine train derailment and is in Washington for today's events. Jami, good to have you back on the show. You'll be meeting with Ohio Governor Mike DeWine today, as well as Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. What concrete steps do you want lawmakers to take following your meetings?
I think the Unity Council came to D.C. today. We came to ask President Biden to come to East Palestine on the 6-month anniversary of the train derailment and ensure that we have guaranteed federal support. We are not okay, and we have many, many, many unmet needs. So we want our legislators to stand in solidarity with us and to ask President Biden to get us the federal support that we need and we deserve.
And of course, the 6-month marker comes next week. Some of our viewers, we're talking about you going to D.C. today. Some of our viewers probably surprised that you're going all the way to Washington again to talk to your own governor. How helpful has state government been in the months since the derailment? I know you're calling on Biden, but what about the state government and what they've done for you?
We went to Columbus and disrupted at the State House right before DeWine signed his emergency declaration. I have not found the local government, the state government, and now we're at the federal government to be helpful thus far. So we are praying that today that changes, that we don't have to come to Biden again, and that Biden comes to us as he promised, that he gives us everything that we need as he promised. We're desperate. It's been 6 months. People are still sick. We're still in homes that have not been tested. Norfolk Southern buying a $25 million park when homes have not been testing is not making things right.
And I think a lot of people listening, who are outsiders, who have never been to East Palestine, they don't know the full scope of what you as a community have endured, are saying, okay, but 6 months later, is anything alleviated? Surely you're not feeling as sick as you once were. How do you answer that question? Is it still as brutal as it was on day one?
It depends on who you are. You have different tolerances to chemical exposure. I feel like some of those that have relocated get sick quicker when they come in town. People that are in town don't smell the smell anymore. They have adapted to it. So it just varies on that person. I can only compare it to COVID. Some people were asymptomatic and some people died.
Yeah.
But we are starting to see some of the long-term effects in the form of seizures and neurological problems. And that is really, really scary.
And Jami, I only have a few seconds left with you, and I know you have to hop in an Uber to go to EPA headquarters. What can everybody at home do who's watching this? They feel helpless. They don't live there. They don't know anybody personally. What can we do at home to help you guys out?
I would suggest writing letters to Biden, speaking to your legislators, get us the support we need. This is not a blue issue. It is not a red issue. This is an issue of human lives, and this can happen to any one of you. I certainly never thought that this would happen in my town. I never thought I would be left to suffer by my own government. So if you help us, you're actually helping yourselves.
Wow. Powerful words. Jami Wallace, thank you so much, and best of luck today. Keep us posted.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.